Good afternoon and welcome to KCAA Radio. My name is Dan Redig here on the Real Men of Real Estate, and you can find us on your dial at 102.3 FM, 106.5 FM, or 1050 AM. Today, I've got my guest, Jared Kelley, with me. He's been a mortgage broker for some time now, but takes a very creative approach to using mortgage tools and investing in real estate. So I'm super excited to talk to Jared about what you've been seeing in the market, how you're taking advantage of the changes, and what's going on. So thanks for being here.
Yeah, Mr. Creative. That's the first time I've gotten that one. Normally people call me the VA wizard. Uh,
You are known for the VA loans.
yeah, the VA loans. If people don't know that, it is a primary residence loan, but it can be used for investing as well. So,
You sure can, yeah.
huge opportunity to use that with zero money down. So if you don't have a VA loan, head down to the recruiter's office. Great way to get that loan. Just join the military. 90 days of active duty during wartime, and as long as you're not honorably discharged, you got the VA loan, baby. So yes, I've been in the real estate industry for the last 17 years in Southern California. Enjoy real estate. At one point, had a real estate company, sold it, and tried to get out of real estate, and it pulled me back in.
Oh
So
no, what happened there?
yeah, well, just you got the phone call of, hey, I thought I was going to take a year off or 6 months off after selling the
Uh-huh.
company, and got the phone call. Hey, want to help you? Can we join our team and help us grow? The West Coast, and
Okay.
I like a good adventure, so got back in the game, right? So
Couldn't
it
say no. I get it. I get it.
couldn't say no. So worn all the hats, commercial real estate, flipped about a little over 100 houses in Southern
Oh
California.
wow. I didn't know that. Wow.
To having a pretty big sized team on the real estate side, to sell the company, to join the lending side at a pretty high level, and today originating a slew of loans, take out loans, all type of different loans, and doing some infill project and development. So I think from a market standpoint, the reason I'm in the position I am today, and not just sitting at the conference room table talking about how things are going to get done and never actually doing them. So I wanted to be at ground zero. I think now is
Okay.
the time, is the pivotal time that we're going to look back on and say this was a very this was a revolution that happened in real estate. When we see things like ADUs, when we see the infill that's happening in a lot of the metro areas. I live in San Diego, so San Diego specific, but certainly it's seen in LA, San Bernardino County, all of Orange County, all of Southern California. We're going to look back on this and say, man, I wish I would have got into that game. It's going to be a game that is going to pay dividends to my kids. So I'm doing everything I can to educate and then to empower people to live their best lives. I think that's important, but also to set the stage for the future. So Dan, that's me in a nutshell.
That's a
Uh,
nutshell. Yeah. Wow. It's fascinating. I didn't realize you used to flip homes. So I learned something about you today. That's pretty great.
yeah,
So before you got into the mortgage industry, what were you working on immediately before?
yeah. So that was I own a company called Mission Realty Group. We
Okay.
had about 1% market share of San Diego. We actually housed four different flip companies in
Wow.
that company. So some of the big ones that exist still today: REIG, Blue Wave.
Uh-huh.
Uh, Used to be, you know, some other companies that have split and become different ones. Than myself, Sorensen Ventures, and yeah. So from '09 to about 2014, we were very active, and then that kind of spilled over into um, us helping doing a lot of disposition for those other flip companies, to me selling that company in 2017 and switching to the lending hat.
Gotcha. All right. Wow. Well, that's a pretty recent transition.
Yeah.
So did 2018 give you any shivers when that kind of everything started to flatline a little there?
Yeah, but again, when you look at the empirical data,
Uh-huh.
the real data. 2018 uh, was just setting the stage for something that COVID really delayed. When what kind of went down 2019, I think that we just delayed what's happening right now,
I
and
see. Yeah.
and unfortunately added fuel to the fire with
Yeah.
printing trillions of dollars.
Yeah.
So I think we are in a very interesting time. I think if you are making a plan and looking at it as a long-term investment, there is a ton of opportunity on the horizon.
It's starting to feel like at least the change is coming. So, I mean,
The change is here. Um, and my biggest struggle with this is, someone told me a couple days ago, actually, at a group that we're both a part of, SDCIA,
yeah,
uh, San Diego Creative Investment Association, that the definition of a recession has changed. And
I don't know about
that
that.
makes me think back. I mean, it used to be two two quarters in a row that the GDP had decreased.
Right.
Um, and to me, it really says one quarter in a row. One quarter of negative GDP should mean a recession. That's seems to make sense. But 2 quarters in a row, I guess, counts as a trend. And now there's like three other things that are tagged onto that. So jobs has to be at a certain number and some things, which does make sense. But it also feels like it's a fiscal, it's fiscally irresponsible to just start making new policy when we're already in a recession to say, well, let's change the definition of what
It's
that
not a recession yet because we made up something new.
is. Correct.
Yeah, that doesn't feel great.
And people can say, it is what it is, but I'll share an example of the market. If you've ever heard of a little town in the Midwest, one of the flyover states called Elkhart, Indiana.
I haven't.
Uh, it is, you can go Google this, Elkhart, Indiana president visit. It's where every president, I mean, Barack, Trump, I think even Bush and Clinton had a visit. Obama, sorry, had a visit
Uh-huh.
to Elkhart, Indiana, is where a luxury uh, or a discretionary product is made. So every RV and boat that's made in the United States and
Hmm.
much of the world is based out of Elkhart, Indiana. So
No kidding.
Winnebago, Thor, Forest River. So they're all producing a product to send to dealers, but also the cabinets are made there. The
Okay.
axles are made there. So it creates an environment where people have tried to go build these things in other places, but it doesn't make sense because
Just
not the raw material, but all the materials that need to be assembled to make those products are all
are
built
already
there.
there, right? Yeah, it doesn't
So
make yeah.
it can be built very inexpensively, which means you got discretionary spending in production in manufacturing. It really tends to be the forecast of what jobs are doing. So a year and a half ago, when I visited, my family's from there, uh, the fast food restaurants have literally closed their
Whoa.
inside dining. So you could only go through a drive-through.
Okay.
Couldn't employ people, negative unemployment. So literally could not fulfill jobs, and people were, moving to go work in the factories piecemeal, making 120 to $150,000 a year.
Holy
To,
cow.
to to today, where now the farmers in the area aren't putting in crops this year. They're leasing their
Whoa.
land to the RV companies to store RVs and boats, partly because they can't be delivered with the trucking issue.
Okay.
So now as that's caught up, let's just say uh, the sales, the marinas and people that are selling boats and RVs had 3 purchase orders in for each for 50 boats, right? So 150 boats they had on order. Those are all built now.
Uh-huh.
They got delivery of their first 50 and they only sold 20 of them
Oh man.
because the winds are starting to turn a little bit, right?
Yeah.
So now we're at a point where those other 100 are just sitting in fields because those orders got
And that,
canceled.
yeah, that's not going to make anybody any money. Oh man.
Yeah.
So that's pretty
So what
telling.
happens to employment? Those factories that were running 6 days a week, 3 shifts, are now running single shift 3 days a week. Those people are making $40,000 a year now.
Oh man.
So it is the precursor, and it always has been. Look up Elkhart, Indiana. It has been the precursor to recessions and to booms. It's a boom or bust city. And I think it will continue to be true. So um, I think that when things like this happen, I tend to jump on the Warren Buffett train.
Hmm.
Be greedy when others are fearful, and feel fearful when others are greedy. And we are going to be in the land of opportunity if you make a plan.
I gotcha. Wow. Well, we'll have to talk a little bit more about what that plan looks like. We'll be taking a commercial break in a minute, but before we go, what are the data sources you're using for your general view on the market?
Yeah, so great question. One are my eyes and ears. And here's why. So just super quick, uh, jobs reports that come out. I look at GDP, I look at jobs, but even those reports that are coming out, there's an institutional report that comes out, and then there's consumer surveys that happen. Over the last 3 months, jobs report, one plus or minus standard deviation, 190,000 jobs, crazy, but
That's
off by
huge.
1.5 million jobs. So
Wow.
let's dig into that a little
Well,
bit more.
we'll
And
have to talk more about when we come back here. So we're going to take a quick break here on the Real Men of Real Estate. But thanks so much, Jared. That's a great start to the conversation.